Well, hello and welcome to quarter two, week one of civics. So, this week we hear our first thing about Abraham Lincoln. So, I thought, why not? So, Abraham Lincoln, just a fun fact to throw out there for this week, he is introduced to us because he is the starter of or the founder of the Republican Party, which we are going to talk about this week. And you are going to learn about political parties. And the two major political parties in the United States political system are the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. So, this gentleman founded the Republican Party, and it was actually founded to prohibit slavery from moving out into the Western territories. But that will be a lesson this week, nothing for us to deal with right now. Right now, we want to talk about the week at a glance, and we want to look at our check sheet. So first thing is, before we look at our check sheet, I want you to have your notebook set up for quarter two. So if you are returning to brick and mortar, if you're hoping to return to brick and mortar, or if you're staying in e-learner, either way, we want your notebook to be started for quarter two, and you have two options for this. You can either continue with your quarter one notebook. If you are choosing that option, please put a post-it or a piece of paper on page 17, I'm sorry, after page 17, because after page 17, I want you to write start quarter two. If you are choosing option two, which is to start a new notebook, then obviously you'll want to have it called quarter two. But new notebook starters, you're going to want to take out page 18 from quarter one because page 18 is becoming our page one. So let me say that again, no matter which one you're doing. If you want to pause me now and kind of get that notebook ready, if you're using a binder, you could just put a piece of paper like I was explaining after page 17, write quarter two, and that will start the pages that we're going to call quarter two. So last week we did Federalist, Anti-Federalist worksheet, and it was on page 18 at the time, but we're now going to make that page one. So in my notebook, I would take my page 18, which looks like this from last week, and I will cross out the 18 and put a 1. And that will start my quarter two notebook. Okay, so that being said, this week on the check sheet, you're going to see that there is a little bit of different notation than what you're used to. The check sheet looks the same, and the highlighted items are the ones that are to be submitted. That is the same. But I also have now adopted Miss Morgan, who is the brick and mortar civics teacher. She numbers her assignments. So we're going to start doing that as well to accommodate for any of you that might go back to brick and mortar. I want you to know exactly the system that's going to be in place so that you can make a seamless transition. So everything is the same. We've always been doing the same assignments brick and mortar has been doing. We're just going to do the exact same notebook system so that if you are transitioning over, it will be just like nothing changed. So for Tuesday, for today, you're going to be calling your assignment number 1. So in the top of your notebook page, it's going to say number 1, political parties and voting vocab, because that's today's assignment. Okay, so we're going to put that as the header, but it's on page 2 in the notebook. So that's going to be for Tuesday, and I go over all this in Tuesday's folder as well, so I won't drone on and on about it, but that's going to be our new system. So page numbers will always be notated in the folder and on the check sheet, but you want to make sure now you're adding the header. So the assignment number is different than the page number. Okay, bell work, make sure you're doing your bell work each day. That's on today's agenda on the checklist, do your bell work, and you're going to do vocab today. Nothing to submit for Tuesday. On Wednesday, you are going to be doing assignment number 2. It's going to be on notebook page 3, and it's called One Big Party. And this is where you learn about Abraham Lincoln starting the Republican Party, Andrew Jackson starts the Democratic Party, and there's other information in there as well. There's a worksheet for you to fill out, and there's a video of me going through the answers with you. On Thursday, you're going to be doing the puzzle piece that goes with assignment number 2, which is called One Big Party. There will be no notebook page that day. There is a live session that day at 2 that I would love to see you at. And then on Friday, you're going to make sure that you submit your bell work, and you're going to be reading an article and answering some questions called Rise of Political Parties. And then there is a puzzle piece that is taken directly from those questions, which are very straightforward and not stressful at all. So that's going to be Friday, and you will have the question and answer part on page 4 in your notebook. and then you'll do that puzzle piece and you'll be all set for the week. So this really isn't confusing. I hope my explanation was not confusing, but if you at all feel confused or you're like, oh, I don't know if my notebook looks the way that it's supposed to look or if I have everything the way she says it, please reach out to me in Schoology message. We'll hop on Teams real quick anytime you need, and I'll, you can visually show me your notebook and say, is this right? Or I can tell you, do this, cross this out, whatever, I would normally come to your desk to do. We can do via a Teams conference. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week. Please let me know if you need anything. The grade book will get straightened out this week, so make sure that you're checking for any missed assignments. We had assignments last week, remember, that were part of quarter 2, so you should already see that you have some grades in there. And then this week you will have 3 more grades going in for the highlighted items on the checklist. All right, so I hope you have a great day, a great week. Let me know if I can help. Bye.